432?
I don't know what that is. I don't have relative. I throw a curveball, not a pitch. Anyway, all right. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, Central Texas, where we think more expansively, love more completely, and live more joyously. All right. He's doing the Chuck Berry. That's right. All right. And we are accepting and encouraging themes for the year because Expand Possibilities was last year, and we are looking for a new, I need another stripe on my sleeves for things. But anyway, if you can email those or call or text or send a smoke signal or however you can get it to us, please do, because we're going to do a vote over the next week or so, and then choose what will be our theme for 2026. Rock on. Maybe that's our theme, rock on. Don't go there.
Keep on rocking in the not so free world.
Yeah, no, it doesn't fit.
Not so free world anymore.
All right. Let's say our opening affirmation to get back on track here. All right, and it's on top of page 4, and come together in consciousness as we say together. We believe that there is an infinite power and wisdom that creates everything. We are expressions of this same power and wisdom. The thoughts, beliefs, and expectations we entertain with the most energy become our experience of life. When we change our energy and our attention, our experience changes to match. All right. Several birthdays in the recent. Marvella Pritchett was on Friday, so you know, reach out to her. Ed Muzio is today. Chris Phipps is on Tuesday. And today we are celebrating Isaac Newton, who got beaten by the apple. Jacob Grimm, who wrote some fairy tales. Louis Braille, who made bumps on paper communicate with people who were blind. And the great John McLaughlin, guitarist extraordinaire. And Michael Stipe of R.E.M., who helped me personally get our little band going back in the day. So that's good. Thank you, Michael. We got music in the next few weeks. We will start our book study. I've been looking at 3 different ones. If anybody else has a suggestion, let's talk. And I can't decide between the 3 of them, so obviously we haven't come to consensus. We will have our annual meeting in 3 weeks on January the 25th after an abbreviated service. In case you notice, they're tearing up the place. And they're tearing up the place because they're going to renovate everything. And this room becomes a gym. So we can come here and do the step machine together or whatever. But I think it's interesting with the Chinese Year of the Horse is about movement and momentum. And here we are being encouraged to move and momentum in the moment. So come and enjoy it. Participate in that. We can brainstorm on where we go from here, and what it looks like, and what fun we're having. I'd like to invite Glenda to come up and do an opening reading and treatment.
Tom and I are starting out this year with the 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily wisdom from Ernest Holmes. It's a wonderful daily reading for every day. I've had it for years. So today I speak to you from yesterday's. I enter into the gladness of living.
Time travel.
Go back yesterday. Go back to the past. Who would not be a child again? Who would not again have the simple faith and childlike trust that somehow or other we seem to lose on the pathway of human experience? Things crowd in on us until we lose some of the greatest of all gifts. the simple, spontaneous joy of living, and a trust in the power of good, which alone is able, ready, and willing to meet all our needs. Let us then again return to the place of assurance that comes with the simplicity of faith. So let's take a moment right here and right now to think on that power of good, that power of the presence of the divine, that divine intelligence, that divine presence, that divine something, that divine everything that is everywhere present in everyone, in all forms, all shapes, all sizes. God is, I am. Whatever name you give that power in the universe that is ours to use for our good is the name you give it. So I know today that as we have this wonderful service, the wonderful music, the wonderful message, and the wonderful beings all here in our places with bright, shiny faces, that we can always return to that childlike faith and trust in a power for good. And with that belief in it, it becomes ours as results in our daily life. And so grateful for that, grateful for this knowing, grateful for this power of belief. I give thanks. And as we just relax and let go and know that the Spirit runs our life, we are here for God. And so it is. So we have a duo here with us today. We have Ben and Vanessa. Thank you.
I brought my sidekick on today.
Glad you did.
Yeah. This is a song that we wrote together called Beyond the Wall.
Across the ages, cross the land, through all suns and daughters, generations rise and fall, languages beyond the wall, melody weaves through it all, a magic that has brought her.
got a little, yeah,
Modal or something.
it's definitely some modal stuff going on in there. Yeah.
Mr. McLaughlin.
Yeah, but thank you very much. I'll take that. Happy birthday.
Or Mr. Bedford, just as appreciated. All right, couple of things. What will the Terminator be called once he retires? The Exterminator. My partner asked me to stop singing Wonderwall to her. I said, maybe. Yeah, inside baseball.
That didn't get any better than that.
It's all downhill from there. Put the horses in the wagon. All right. With the beginning of the new year, we traditionally return to our Back to Basics series where we review the first 4 chapters of our Science of Mind textbooks. And these 36 pages are a great introduction and synopsis of this wonderful teaching that Dr. Holmes added to the 1938 version. And I'm sure he was told, oh, the 1926 version of the textbook was just wonderful, Dr. Holmes, but maybe some had requested a shorter version. I mean, come on, Ernest, 387 pages, really? So when he did the 1938 version, he made it 646 pages. Take that. Perhaps the attention span of the populace had already started diminishing, and this was 30 years before we got distracted by ever bigger screens, and then the portable screens that came along another 35 years later. But this introduction, 4 chapters, is a great introduction to the spiritual principles of life and how best to widen our perception, expand, and deepen our experience or evolve our understanding of ourselves and of life itself. How to see all life, including ourselves, as spiritual principles in action. That doesn't mean that just read the 36 pages and leave the other 583 pages alone. Doesn't mean that. That's a good thing to do and to keep doing. For I experienced this week what I've experienced every time I do this. And that in rereading these pages, I found something new in the review. Now, the words on the page are exactly the same as the last time I looked at them. But I've changed. And I recognize that it's not been a year since I read those pages. It's been about 6 months, because I do it more than once a year. But that's personal, spiritual practice. I've changed a lot. Okay. And this is not something, as I said, that only do in January once a year, but I invite you to do it other times of the year and keep that momentum going. And in the back of the current version, current printing, there is, from our friend Dr. Edward Villieu, Science of Mind in a Year, suggested passages to read each day. And it's still early, so you can do what Linda and Tom are doing and start an annual thing going, okay? That's a great way to familiarize yourself with the rest of the book. And since this is the year of the horse in the Chinese calendar, it symbolizes movement and momentum, and we can participate more intentionally in meaningful ways with our activities through which we'll be moving forward. As with everything, with every other time of the year, I spend a lot of time thinking about life. I think that's part of my job description, as it were, my self-proclaimed job description. And to do that, we need to look at our place in it, how we live at the level of our belief and understanding about life, and how we come into this life and we receive some initial instruction, such as it is, from whoever gives it to us. And then at some point, we tend to reject that instruction, to strike out on our own, because it seems, that's too limited, man. That's too limited. That's too restrictive for me. And the truth is, it is limited by the perception of the instructors. But then eventually we realize ours is limited by our perceptions as well, right? Life is infinite. Let's affirm that, just so we're all on the same page. Life is infinite. So any attempt to define or explain it is always going to fall short. Always, 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 always. We observe what's going on around and within us, and we try our best to make sense of it so we can move forward more gracefully and more efficiently. That's a good goal. And in that effort, we succeed sometimes at some levels, and we fail at some times at other levels. As my teacher, Dr. Schultz, used to say, I get it, I lose it, I get it, I lose it, I get it. And that cycle continues, yet it's always building upon itself. And I think of how many times I've heard others say, and how many times I've heard myself think, gee, it would just be great if this thing came with an instruction manual. It does! If you order before midnight tonight, we'll remove one payment of $19. It comes with a lot of instruction manuals because there have been previous travelers who have shared their wisdom. When you start to write down your understanding of life itself, you start to codify and give structure to the box of our understanding, and then we keep pushing and expanding the edges of our box of understanding out as we learn more. Yet we'll never know, we'll never understand, we'll never experience all that life is because it's infinite. So that means it must not be necessary for us to be able to express the divine within us more authentically, more completely. But the more clarity we have about ourselves, what's going on, the more we feel comfortable pushing and expanding the boundaries of our little box of understanding. In this effort, collectively, mankind has created different fields of study, different disciplines of knowledge to help us perceive and process and navigate this thing called life. We have things like religion, we have science, we have philosophy, we have many other disciplines, all attempting to describe life, but all doing it through the limitation of the lens of their particular paradigm. Okay? And all three of those disciplines, they succeed at times and in certain ways, and they fail at certain times and in certain ways. But the really cool thing for us, being evolved spiritual beings that we are, we're not limited to approach and engage life from only one of those fields. We can choose the best in each. We can put together something that makes sense to us or that resonates with our inner truth, and then we can develop our own understanding that works for us. Because ultimately, man, that's where we're going to end up anyway. So, title of my talk, oh my God, is you just getting started? Yes, he is. Where do we start? It's a good question. But the answer is always the same. We start where we always start. Right where we are. Just as we are with what we know and understand and with what we can do in the way we can do it. The nice thing, though, is that we're not starting from scratch each time we start. We are starting this particular effort, this particular day, this particular moment, sure. But we're starting with the benefit of all of our previous attempts and all the data learned along the way from those previous attempts. And then the extra cool thing is we can also include previous attempts and data gained from other people around us or other people that have come before us. Right? So staying open to wisdom, no matter what the source may be, is simply intelligent. Yet in studying, I often will hear myself say, yeah, I know that part. I already know that. To which I've started replying, because I don't know about you, but I know that I have this eternal ongoing conversation with myself inside. And I tend to chatter a lot, much more than I do with other people. I don't know. But I've started replying, okay, if you know it already, Mr. Smarty Hands. I don't say that, but sometimes I do. But I just did. What else is there to do with this? Where else can I apply this knowledge? Or how else can I deepen my experience of this? A valid question. like reviewing these 36 pages. As I return to a good, expansive idea, no matter the source, no matter how many times I come back to it, this engagement this time is different than the previous times. Perhaps, like me, you've fallen into the trap of constantly needing new material to feel like I'm keeping up with stuff. I do it. We all do it. And to some degree, yeah, that is necessary, because as we collectively understand and deepen our understanding of life, that means there's new and different ways to perceive and engage life. And that's worth keeping up with. Yet, one thing I find, that the wider my field of view becomes, I start finding the same things resonating over here that I felt resonating over there. I find the same ideas different, stated differently, different languaging, whatever, different paradigms. But when something rings true over here, it's going to ring true over there. So we do what we do in the detective shows. Okay? What do they do in the detective shows? They observe, they gather facts, they correlate a theory, they seek and pursue truth, and then they act upon that understanding. And then they move on to the next case, and we move on to the next case or the next level of understanding with the benefit of that previous effort. So that's cool. And as we look and as we continue to look, we find a sense of order to life, an intelligent design running through everything. And we see similarities of expression in the little and the big and everything in between. And we see consistency and we see repetition, and the more we see, the more we see there is to see. The more we know, the more we see there is to know. Because life is infinite, so its expressions are infinite. Now, there are principles and there are laws of plenty. And we start understanding life by perceiving patterns. And we start to rely on the repetition of those patterns, which brings us a sense of understanding and a sense of peace of mind, which is what we're ultimately looking for our whole life anyway. And what we know, what we really know, is what we can engage and express and enjoy and share. So if you can't do it for yourself, do it for the children. Right, kid?
That's right.
See, if something is so, it is so for us and it's so for everyone else as well. That's what Dr. Holmes means when he says, insofar as it is understood by anyone, it may be understood by all. Wait for it, caveat, who take the time to investigate. I knew there was a catch. So how much time are you spending investigating? Our study ends up being lifelong. It's not something that we get it, but then we get it at the level we get it at. There's always more. Life's infinite. And life keeps revealing itself more, and the deeper and longer we look, as we consciously and intentionally apply our knowledge, the more we find. And what is available to one is available to all. What works in one place works every place. A law works everywhere, every time, for everybody, period. He goes on, he shares, universal principles are never respecters of persons. The universe has no favorites. Ah, really? That's quite a bit different from the favoritism paradigm that we created for Sky God, right? Well, Sky God liked our group better than that group over there, right? Because we say it differently than they do. Yeah. But my favorite instruction from Dr. Holmes is this one. Listen. Let us approach the science of mind, the science of spiritual psychology, correct the typo here, with awe, but not with fear, with a truly humble thought, but not with the sense that we are unworthy. Let us approach it normally, happily, willing to accept, glad to experiment, hoping and believing that as the result of our efforts, we shall have strive a great good, a sound understanding of the natural laws of life as they apply to the individual and his relationship to the whole universal scheme of things. End quote. I have a memory growing up and attending the Sequoia Hills Southern Baptist Church. And we were there every time the doors were open. Sunday morning, Sunday evening, Wednesday evening, any other time. But somebody, some speaker along the way said that infinity, the idea of infinity is impossible for the human mind to comprehend because it will drive us mad. Now, pretty esoteric for the normal thou shalt not and worm of the dust messages that we received in attending there. And I asked my sisters, do y'all, you're older, do you remember that being talked about from the pulpit? And they said, well, you either have a better memory than we do or a worse memory than we do, because they've got nothing on it, no memory. Okay? And perhaps my mind drifted there because I heard it elsewhere, and as I was whittling away the hours, doodling on the program, waiting for the time where it was over and I could leave, maybe my mind drifted over to that previous idea of infinity being too much. Okay? But what it means to me is that we need some sense of boundaries on the infant to get our bearings, to assess our possibilities, and then plan our actions now and next. Endless, limitless space in all directions. It's expansive, it feels expansive, but then what? See, life is infinite, yes. And whilst that can be overwhelming if we let it be, it's also the promise of eternal and endless expansion of thought and experience. And that's why our continued study of what is, who we are, how we are, and what else is possible is so important. For the more information we gather, the more knowledge we have to draw upon, and the more similarities we connect, the easier it is for us to perceive and process and navigate this life. And the more spiritual principles we figure out, the more we start to see those spiritual principles in action all over the place, all the time, eternally. We see it here, there, and everywhere. Now, this study can feel intangible. It does, and it is, because it's superseding traditional materialist science and the things that go with that. But it's only as difficult and obtuse as we decide it's going to be. Even in the last 100 years, let's say, what we've long understood about metaphysics is starting to be tangibly proven by quantum physics, right? We started with sky God, which is understandable because the response from life and our experience of that response is so immediate and so personal, it feels like somebody is responding to us, because that's how we interact with each other. And then we moved into the law of cause and effect. Everything is cause, followed by effect. And then we moved into conscious mind is directive and subconscious mind is creative. Okay, great. And now we move into quantum world where we each believe our own thing, and the quantum field becomes that thing to each of us and becomes our reality. And guess what? It ain't stopping there. We're going to continue to investigate, and we will find yet another description to describe that's what descriptions do. Describe the responsive nature of life. Because life is always responding. to what we give it to work with, no matter the paradigm or the mechanics to describe. So upgrading our idea of ourselves, of life, of God, serves many beneficial purposes at the same time. It benefits us, sure it does. It benefits those around us because we're improving what we're contributing to the collective mix, which benefits those coming along after us. As we improve our belief, life or the quantum field or whatever improves our experience, and it all builds upon itself. Holmes goes on, he shares, each is drawing from life what he thinks into it. To learn how to think is to learn how to live, because the thinking appears to happen first. You can get into the chicken and the egg of part of thought, but thought begins, we have a reaction to that thought, we add energy to that reaction, we have emotion and all the rest of it that goes with the cycle. But he shares, all thought is created according to the nature, impulse, emotion, or conviction behind the thought. It's not just having a random thought here and a random thought there. It's what are we giving our energy and attention to, like we talked about in our opening affirmation. That becomes our experience. He says, we do not create laws and principles, we discover and make use of them. We don't have to create the wheel, recreate the wheel. It's already rolling. Life keeps on being life. Life does what it does. Life works the way it works. Whether we get hip and figure out the way it works or not, it keeps on doing what it does. Life is very patient. Why? Because life has all the time in the world. We don't. Life is always life, no matter what our particular emotional storm may be at the moment. And our suffering is not cosmically ordained, it's a personal experience. And it will be resolved by whatever we choose to give our energy and attention to, which becomes our experience. See, we have and we know everything that we need to have and know to live this life more deeply, more authentically, and more joyfully. And all that is ever needed, ever needed is a new idea, a new perspective, a new approach, and there are new ideas aplenty. We individualize it, we express it, we feel it, we experience it as we go. And the more we pay attention, the more we find there is to pay attention to. So spend some time, check that. Invest some of the time, energy, attention, and resources you're going to be directing anyway. Invest some of that towards paying attention, studying what goes on in and around you, and how all that relates to your beliefs and expectations about what probably will happen now and next, and how that becomes our current experiences and flavors all that comes after that. Then intentionally and intelligently start to choose the best and highest level of material available in the moment. And doing so will tune you into all the other best and highest material available in this moment and all the moments moving forward. Shift and continue to shift your paradigm of yourself and your paradigm of life. Allow it to expand and go deeper into the infinite nature of life. And just watch what happens, because you are going to love it as you live it. You are wonderful. You are full of wonder for a reason, for a divine reason, so that you can take that curiosity into a more robust study of life, which always will lead you to a more robust experience of life, which improves what you're contributing to the collective mix. And let me tell you, friend, that all those of us around you are really in favor of you improving what you're contributing to the collective mix. And we're in favor of more and more and more of that all the time. So it is now. All right. Now let's look at our weekly affirmation, which is at the top of page 6, or it's on the little card over there by the door. We'll say this together, and it says, life is infinite in every way, and as an individualization of life, There's always many ways to approach and engage this thing called life. I choose greater good, love, peace, beauty, and joy right now. And life responds immediately and reliably turns my attention to greater good. Let's give ourselves the gift of our good attention. Take a deep breath or two, or close your eyes, or reposition your physical form, and just find yourself more present and more aware in this moment. For this is the moment of your life. This is the experience you are choosing, and this is the awareness, level of awareness and understanding that we move forward from this moment into this next moment with. As we expand that, as we study, as we pay attention to what we're paying attention to, as we wisely choose the highest and best that we can come up with and what's available in a moment, we move forward with love and appreciation and compassion and joy being predominant in our choice, in our experience, in our interactions. Life is infinite in every way we can imagine, and then being infinite way more beyond that. Ways we understand, ways we have yet to understand, and ways we will never understand. It's all available. We are an individualization of life. So there are many ways in which we can choose, many options available, many possibilities, always in every moment, from every location, from every interaction, from every circumstance and situation. There are more opportunities available to us than we typically pay attention to. We choose greater good. We choose love. We choose peace. We choose beauty. We choose joy. Right now, and life reliably responds, immediately responds, and brings our attention to greater versions of that good, greater instances, greater examples and varieties of that good than we've ever imagined before. And it truly becomes wonderful. And we love this wonderful teaching in all the ways it shows up in our life and reminds us of these spiritual principles that are at work that we can observe and rely upon and utilize and direct, which is what we're doing throughout our entire waking day and beyond. We love this community of like-minded individuals that love and support each other throughout the different times that we get together. We love this beautiful life and this beautiful day and this beautiful time together this morning as we move on from here with deep joy and gratitude, celebrating the changes that have begun here in our understanding, the changes that result from that change in understanding and in our experience, and all that is still yet to be and still yet to come. Loving it all, we appreciate it and release it completely, knowing the law has already begun to respond. We say together, and so it is now. All right. All right. And now we come to the time where we support this wonderful work we're doing together. We take the value we receive from the world for the value we bring to the world and pass that along with love and appreciation. Let's say our giving affirmation on the middle of page 6. And it says, divine love consecrates my gifts. They go forth to heal, to bless, and to prosper. They are evidence of my commitment. They do their good and perfect work, and return to me multiplied abundantly, and so it is now. All right, and now Ben and Vanessa are going to come back up and do a couple of more songs for us. Are y'all playing anywhere we can come sing? Playing in New Orleans.
Playing in New Orleans, but that's not really around the corner.
Too close, but we welcome your attendance.
Yeah. We've booked 6 like just showcases throughout the time that we'll be there. Yeah. Yeah.
We'll do another co-write. Yeah, find you.
Oh yeah. spoken in words. You stay reflecting the woods upon barren earth. We have to take a risk, place our hearts beside the bouquet, claim the pain, use the cello to summon the rain. You are the dizzying sea, distant strangers we pretend to be. Travel hours cross the river, offering prayer and ash and smoke to deliver word. There breathes rivers of hurt, you say to me as you turn. I bite back a retort, tiger bleeding darker, darker. Let's go to the chapel for healing. Handshake, both of us kneeling. I'm touching your name, half out of water, half remains. You are the dizzying sea, distant strangers we pretend to be. Travel hours cross the river, offering prayer and ash and smoke to deliver. I'm ready to find you. I'm ready to find you, dear. I'm ready to find you. Find you here. I'm ready to find you. I'm ready to find you, dear. I'm ready to find you. Find you here. I'm ready to find you. I'm ready to find you, dear. I'm ready to find you here. I'm ready to find you. I'm ready to find you, dear. I'm ready to find you here.
Good tune here. We'll close with a tune that I wrote all by myself. But it's a song that I wrote about Vanessa, for Vanessa. And she very kindly, all three of these songs actually, are going to be on Vanessa's new album, which is coming out in May. The album's called Mirroring the Wildness.
Mirroring the Wildness. It's a tongue twister.
Say it 14 times fast.
Mirroring the Wildness, mirroring the wildness.
I'm almost there. And this is a tune called She Calls the Wind. And yeah, it's in 13 time. The verses are in 13 time, and the chorus is in 4. So yeah.
It's for a spiraling meditation.
Yeah,
That's
could,
what I
could
think.
be.
Just dance in a circle. Find God.
It's kind of, it ties into, okay, I think we got it, guys.
Yeah, we're good.
We've absorbed the spills from the last 4 years now. Okay. It ties in nicely with John McLaughlin's birthday, because being the guitarist that he is, doing this again 13 time. But also the message of starting from where we are, because we're going to be touring a lot more as a duo this coming year. So yeah. Anyway.
on a dancing cloud. On a spiral sky. Cast to sea, molten seal, spinning yellowly. Stand on the richest tree, and the bravest thrill. On the spiraling sky. Calls the wind, summons morning star from the tilting gyre.
And all of you for.
Thank you. And bringing these two guys along were just a special treat.
Our roadies. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so 4 and 3 and 3 and 3.
Yeah, however you want to get there.
7 and 6.
Yeah, 7 and 6, yeah.
Very cool. Yeah, Barry McLaughlin-esque.
Yeah, inadvertent synchronicity here.
There are no interviews.
Yeah, that's true.
And guys, spell whatever you want because they're tearing this shit up. Yeah, don't worry about cleaning up because this is all getting pulled out in the next month or so. Anywho, thank you for that. So, your homework. We'll do gratitudes first before we get into homework. Anybody have some gratitude? I'm grateful that our neighbors decided to shoot off huge fireworks right over our house at midnight. We backed up, but that was good. We have, and also, we have a new visitor to our neighborhood, a fox, which I haven't seen much. Huh? Oh. Wait. Yes, so
It's
fox.
a gray fox.
But it's very, very cool to see it running, leaping about. Anybody have some other gratitude to share? Yes, Don.
Well, Tom and I took care of our 14-year-old and 11-year-old grandkids this week. And I took some from last week and I had them write down all of the things that they're going to let go of for, they looked at, and a big one was judgment and patience. They wanted to, you know, or impatience rather.
Letting go of patience.
Yeah.
I'm done with it.
Yeah. It was very sweet, so thank you.
All right, and speaking of,
Because I wanna do that.
if you would like some, there's extra with those.
That's awesome.
Huh? Well, I don't have a combustible device.
How does it work?
You take the paper. It is accelerant, so you have to be careful.
You know what that accelerator is?
It's some kind
Okay.
of combustible. You take it, and the deal is the burning bowl part of it is you look at, you vision a perfect end to 2026, and then you say, okay, what do I know now that's standing in my way of that fullest expression of my divine self? And you start writing impatience or judgment or whatever the things you're ready to let go of. You write them on paper, and then you go to a candle or a lighter or a joint or whatever's available in your house, and you just touch it, because I mean, it goes quick. And you throw it up.
Right away.
Yeah, the main thing is to let it go.
Yeah.
Because you're letting it go, right? And don't worry about it burning the carpet or starting anything else, because it goes so quickly. Nobody has a lighter.
Flashes is so quick.
Yeah,
Take 4 of them home.
That's awesome.
yeah,
well,
but take some, we've got leftovers, and we'll get more next year. So thank you for bringing that up, Donna. Anybody else? Yes, Clark?
I'm glad that our neighbors, I think it was for Christmas or maybe it was my birthday, they gifted me with a bottle of Grand Marnier. And so it was the rediscovery of Grand Marnier. I'm so grateful for. And it's like a nice, sweet way to, to take the edge off the day, and I always wait till 5, at least, I don't drink it at 2. But my parents, they had a little bar in the house, and they had a clock that had nothing but 5. So it's always 5 somewhere.
It's 5 somewhere.
So anyway, I literally, that's what I'm grateful for. Right this moment, there's so much else, I can
There's
take
a
all
lot
day,
of-
but.
A lot of great things you can think.
All right, well, you got for Grand Marnier.
I just want to say that I was reading something the other day about being creative and how it opens your life. Like I can't remember exactly what it was, but last night I had the opportunity to hear this woman saying that I'm still in disbelief that I heard this. That she doesn't think that she's anything special, or she's so good that John Fulbright's playing keyboards for her in her band. I mean, that's how good she is. He thinks she's so wonderful. She was playing with Pat Burl last night at Saxon, and she's from Tulsa. Her name is Jolene Brown, and of course nobody knew her. I mean, when I saw that Pat was playing with her, I looked her up and I went, wow, she's really good. But to see her in person just took me to a whole other level. Such a perfect pitch, beautiful voice, an amazing songwriter. And she just, I have a full-time job and I'm just not that great. And everybody's bowing down to her. She was so amazing, but the impression it left on me, the effect that it had on me was so uplifting. And just to hear somebody with such a pure voice and such an amazing ability to write songs just really elevated me and frankly everybody else in the room. And you tell by the tip jar in the end when I counted it out that they really loved her. And of course everybody loves Pat. But I've never seen anybody have that kind of an impact on the audience and me. So I'm really grateful for that. So artists in this town who've been working for years and years to get songs placed on a movie or TV show, and she's like, oh, it's no big deal. And I said, oh my God, she's
I
not very
think
impressed with
that's
herself, which is
it's filmed in
shocking.
Tulsa.
That's also, yeah.
If you, but, you know, those of us who are from there, you know what we say. I'm not gonna say. All right, I'll say. You just have to spell Tulsa back. There you go.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd like to add one more.
Yeah.
For our music today.
Yeah.
It was so wonderful.
Anything Brenda had her hand?
Oh, I was just gonna say something about this. I was watching this young man read this beautiful. Look at this. He was just sitting here reading it, and it just reminded me, and I was listening to you talk too about weaving together everything that we know, and it becomes like a blanket for us. And yet sometimes we take that blanket off and we become cold. You know, that's just an analogy. But I'm just grateful for my many years of this philosophy. I mean, it blows my mind to think about 48 years of it. And yet I still am human, forget sometimes, do those things that we have to burn out, you know, judgment, all that stuff. So I was just grateful, just kind of watching them, just, I thought it was a beautiful practice.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a super comfy spot for a cat.
Yeah, Jeremiah's been making cat beds like crazy, and this is his first scarf.
Oh, that's gonna be a scarf.
That's a scarf.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
It actually feels amazing.
All right. The new kitten has a cat bed,
Yeah, a bunch of
and
other
he
pets.
has already claimed it.
I should see pictures of it.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, Jeremiah.
Yeah, impressive for sure.
Good job. All right, so your assignment, homework, opportunity for application life. Consider how long you've held your current paradigm of life, your identity, your expectations of what's next. All that is subject to change as soon as you decide to grow and expand beyond it. So, you got textbooks over there, so you can start your journey. Those have been in storage, so they're $5 off because they have little nicks and knacks around. But if you can't do the $15, they're free copies of the first 4 chapters that you can take with you. And if you buy the textbook or have the textbook at home and want to go through it in a year, this is the Science of Mind in a year. There are 2 pages of this. I didn't staple it because it's too redundant, but check it out and let it be so. All right. Next week, we will continue Life 101 with how life really works, and our musician will be Emily Shirley. And watch for the book study to start soon and the annual meeting coming up in a couple of weeks. I'm also grateful to Clark for speaking 2 weeks from today on the second coming of Christ, I believe is your talk title. And he will be holding forth while I'm elsewhere, and I appreciate that. So, look forward to all that good coming your way soon. Let's say our closing affirmation as we get ready to enjoy this beautiful day and this beautiful life. And it says on the middle of page 7, I am an expression of infinite, divine, creative intelligence, knowing a joyful serenity awaits my recognition and acceptance. I take this moment to deepen my understanding that I am perfect, whole, complete, and dynamic. My soul is forever established in life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy. I lift my eyes to the divine in me, to those around me, and in all of life. I walk out into the world with an uplifted heart and a mind open to the infinite creativity of all life. And so it is now. All right, thank you very, very much. And I just want to say one last quick thing. Tom and Clark and I were standing around talking this morning, and just to prove to you that our phones do not listen to us, when I looked up the YouTube to see that it was broadcasting correctly, it was, great. But you know what else pulled up? Tai Chi walking for people over 50. And that's what we were talking about. So just be aware, they're paying attention.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much.
Down over there, Andy Farrell.
So let me see this.
I'll leave, yeah.
Oh,